Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. It's so good to have you. My name is Funke, Sassy Funke, and I'm a Nigerian travel and lifestyle blogger. If it's your first time here, don't forget to click the subscribe button. And actually, where have you been? So click the button, subscribe now, and don't forget to also click the little bell-shaped notification buttons, which means you're the first to get all things sassy into your notifications. So make sure you do that. So today's vlog is gonna, honestly, it's gonna be about the worst day of my life so far. And the worst day of my life is not about any love story, any breakup, any, for me, those mushy stuff that we all, go through anyway, right? It's about, the day I was literally face to face with deportation. And, for a traveler like me, it's not something you want to, you don't want to pray for your enemy, what I went through. You just don't want to pray for anybody. So I'm going to be talking about that today. Hopefully you guys can maybe relate, understand, and I don't know, maybe take lessons from it. I don't know, but yes, this is my story. So guys, so where did it happen? It happened at London Gatwick Airport, and in 2008. I got to the UK. I went to move to the UK in 2001. I did my A-levels. I did my GCSEs there. I did my A-levels there. I moved to London. I did my from Scotland. I did my undergrad business management in London King's College. And in 2008, and of course, like you've been studying for so long, so I thought, what, this summer I'm gonna have a brilliant time. I'm gonna spread out, explore the world, use some of that money that I, did that internship and the year before, and just enjoy life a little bit. And bear in mind that I graduated around June 2008, and I was traveling, I think it was like late July, right? And yeah, so I think I went to the States. With my cousin, on, the biggest problem is I flew back through Gatwick. I traveled a few weeks before, I think, to Dubai, and I had zero issues because I went to Heathrow, right? And I remember at Heathrow Airport, the guy told me when I was into Dubai, he said, make sure, your visa's expiring in October of that year. Make sure before it expires, you get your new work permit. And I said, what, not to worry. My company that I'll be working for is gonna sort that all out. And he said, that's fine. So why is it that now in July, I'm trying to get back in the country and in Gatwick, and they were like, what? Hold up, girl. Yes. And they basically put me in one of those, when you're trying to get to UK border force, one of those little pens, where you just, they give you a little and just say, just wait there, sit there a second. That's when I knew I was in trouble, right? And the interaction I had with the agent actually at the official at the border force was that she was asking me that, have you graduated? I said, yes, I've graduated, but I'm gonna be working for this company now, And I think that was a big mistake, me just saying that, oh, I've graduated, because for them, they felt like, okay, you graduated, you're on a student visa, so go back to where you came from, And anyway, they made me wait there for a while, and this was about, let's say 6 a.m. in the morning that I arrived at the airport, and they made me wait there. Then after an hour or so, they moved me into this room. This is what I call a prison style room in the air. As in, the things that go on behind the scenes in that airport, only if you've gone through it do you understand that it's not all rosy, So yes, they put me in that room, which was a room felt really prison-like, with the other people in there that had been detained. And I'm just sitting there thinking, God, how did I end up here? How? What did I do? You know what I mean? What did I do? Bear in mind that when I was put into this room, I was literally searched. My luggage was taken off me. My phone was taken off me. I could not contact anybody. No phone calls, nothing. Just sit in a room there and wait until, we call you, right? And so I was sitting there and I was just thinking, obviously, again, what the hell's happening to my life, right? And I remember that summer, my dad already told me not to travel out, right? And if you guys know African parents, when they tell you not to do something, you do it and you get in trouble. You are screwed. So I was just thinking, God, why? Hey, this man is going to kill me, who sent you? Anyways, so this was about 6, 7 a.m. So about let's say like a couple of hours later, maybe around 10, 11, I got taken into a room and interviewed. And basically I had to give the story of my, 7 or whatever years in the UK, like what I've been doing, what visas, what I've been, and honestly, I had nothing to hide, It wasn't like the government was giving me money. I had no recourse. I was studying the whole time, like not on government money, no public funds. So they wrote like a literally 10-pager. I had to like just save the story of my life, my work, my study, what I studied, what I ate. I'm just kidding, but you know what I mean? And I remember the lady I was speaking to and the lady I was putting the information down, she was like, you know what, like your story seems pretty simple. I'm pretty sure everything's gonna be okay, so just chill and whatever. And I thought, okay, this should be fine, right? So I went back, they put me back in the holding like room, cell, whatever. And I sat down. And the funny thing was that obviously I was not the only person in this holding room, and everybody had the same process whereby they were given the interview about their story of their lives, and after a verdict, basically a paper was given to them to say yes or no, whether you can get into the UK or you can't, right? And there's some people that went before me and they were receiving their results, right? Out of like the 6 people that went before me, the result was deported. And to be honest with you, like before that I was thinking, I didn't do anything wrong, I'm not meant to be here, so I'm sure to be okay. I was just thinking, yeah, this will be fixed, When I was seeing all these deportations, I was like, maybe I'm feeling a bit too high about myself, or you know what I mean? And so next thing that happened, I was brought back again to a room, and the lady came to me, the lady that interviewed me came to me and gave me this paper, right? I swear, the only thing I saw was Virgin Atlantic. I said, like, that is an airline. And I saw Lagos. I thought, home girl is getting deported. To be honest, like I didn't know what was happening. I started crying. I started like, I don't understand what's going on. I've not done anything wrong. And she just said to me, she said, you know what? I completely understand. When you get back to Lagos, I'm sure it's gonna be fine. Your company can apply for you back in Lagos. It's just that, you're on a student visa, the visa is done, so you can't, you have to get a new visa, and because you've graduated, it's not valid anymore, and all that jazz. And I was like, no, like my friend will beat me when I get back to Lagos. I was just like, and she was like, you know what, I can't do anything about this. It's not my decision. It was the chief immigration officer's decision. I was like begging her. I was like, you know what, I need to, whoever made this decision, I need to speak to them, because there's no way I'm getting on a flight to Lagos. You know what I mean? Because I know the British, they will not give me a visa to come back anywhere if they see a deportation stamp on my passport. So what happened next, she said to me, you know what, I'm not sure if the lady can see you, the chief immigration officer can see you, but I'll try my best to see if she, she can. So it kept me waiting for like an hour. Then this lady came to meet me, and she was like, you know what, I'm so sorry. This is just how it has to happen. You seem like a nice girl, and you seem like, you're very like, honest. So I think don't worry about it. When you get back to the UK, to Lagos, I'm sure you can get your work permit there. Your company can file for it from there, so it's fine. I was like, look, this was me, guys, let me show you. I went on my knees. I was like, no, please. Like, I have never begged anybody in my life like that. I was just like, please, you can't do this to me. Like, I am your child. Imagine if I was your child. Like, I've done nothing wrong. Like, I was literally, I have never begged like that to my, honestly, when you beg without shame? Like, no shame. I had zero shame. I begged. I spent 30 minutes crying and wailing, just like thinking, no, because when you like, how do I even explain it to anybody that it's because you're doing Ajala, that something, something like this now happens, you're deported, and all your investment of years in the UK probably goes to nothing, So that was really tough. So after this lady just said I was bawling, she said, you know what? The flight is for tomorrow anyway, tomorrow night, right? Because there's no flight today. And instead of us keeping you in our detention center near the airport, you've lived here a long time. We'll give you a chance to go home and basically pack your stuff, because you should have a lot of stuff. We'll keep your passport. But she was like, honestly, like, I'm giving you a chance. Maybe call your company and, bear in mind you know, my company was doing my work permit for me, but they said they couldn't find any information on that. They said just call my company and see what would happen. That they would let me like basically go home for the night, right? So this is about 6 p.m. right now. So like from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. I've been at the airport being held, you know. It wasn't funny or nice. Then 6 p.m. my brother came, picked me up, and I was literally so upset. I called the company I was gonna be working for, and you know, they did a remarkable job. They literally just calmed me down and just said, you know what, don't worry, we'll try and sort everything out, you know. And worst case scenario, if you know you do get deported, we promise you we're gonna get you back. Like, you know, we have the resources, we will get you back, so do not worry regardless of whatever happens. So about a couple of hours later on, they called me and they said, you know what, we've sorted everything out, like don't have to go to the airport, we're gonna send our lawyers, we'll get your passport for you and you get your passport back. And that was the end of the story. But honestly guys, that's like, I don't know if you guys have ever been through something like that before, but it's the most nerve-wracking experience to think that you're gonna be shipped on a plane and deported, and when you feel you know, for me, like not done anything wrong, right? And you know, so yeah, that's the worst day of my life so far. You know, there are other emotional stuff, but this one was really at that young age to go through that. It's just like, yeah, it's the worst thing ever. And it's crazy because I think a lot of times, like, you know, people see Nigerian passport and they just, you know, they have separate rules for us. They have separate, you know, it's really, you know, it's really heartbreaking to be honest, because I've been through a lot because of my Nigerian passport, even though now I have 2 passports. And it's really unfair because Nigerians are, I know, a lot of us are the most like warm, welcoming, you know, smart people. And it's unfortunate, like, you know, a few bad eggs are, you know, going to basically spoil it for the rest of us. You know what I mean? And well, I would like to say that, you know what, regardless of however tough it is that they, you know, the processes that they put in place for us, however tough it is, however annoying, however strenuous it is, I think we should never let that be the reason why we don't explore, we don't see the world, because there's so much to see, there's so much to learn, and you know, it's a disadvantage to us not to see those things, regardless of whatever, you know, obstructions that are coming our way, you know. So I implore you guys, you know, regardless, you know, if you see that it'll take $5,000 to get a visa, who knows, and I'm in years to America, doesn't mean you shouldn't go, you know, like, try your best to see, you know, to grow, and don't let anybody prevent you from growing, you know. Yes. But the really good thing I have to say, the aftermath of my story was that during my next trip into the country, again, it was flagged. Basically, the immigration officer saw that there was a flag on my passport that something had happened. And you know, the guy said to me, he said, you know, I'm so sorry, apologize. It was like, and I told him the story. He was like, it's because you're Nigerian. That's why it happened. That's why, you know, you're treated that way. Really apologize. I'm gonna speak to my supervisor and make sure that, you know, this is true, you know, it's off your record, it's not on there, so it doesn't really affect things in the future. And so he spoke to his supervisor and they took everything off, and which was great, you know. But yes, that's my story, guys. You know, I hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, you know, make sure you let me know, and don't forget to click like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, for being patient with my long video, and you know, I'll see you guys in my next video. All right, bye.